Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about this Bitcoin chart. We have some interesting things going on these charts. Is it time for the bears to get excited? We're going to take a look at it. I want to talk to you guys about the battle of the layer ones. Basically, all these platforms are fighting for your money to come and help them be a powerhouse in this crypto game. We're going to take a look at the top ones because understanding the money flow in this market is pretty important for somebody who is here to take advantage of everything that crypto has to offer. So if you're excited about that, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and if you want to get into the Telegram group, a group of like-minded individuals, good vibes. You know, some of the guys are pretty funny, you know what I mean, and we're finding good projects all the time. Then leave me a comment in the comment box and I'll send you a link so we can get this money together. So let's get right into this Bitcoin chart right here. So the last 2 weeks have been red weeks, my bad, which is pretty good to see because we had a bunch of green weeks in a row, and it was making me feel a little bit weary. I needed some people to get a little bit more bearish. Now, people are not really getting too bearish. If we take a look at the fear and greed index right here, we can see that people are still on the more greedy side. Over the last couple weeks, people are still getting excited, but keep in mind this is just them reading like people's social media posts and gathering a bunch of information to do sentiment analysis. And I just feel like a lot of times people are a little bit more greedy than they are fearful. But when it gets fearful, that's usually a good time to buy. When it gets greedy, that's usually a good time to maybe scale out a little bit. But going back to the chart, we can see right here, looking at this on the weekly looks okay to me. It's getting red. Volume is going down on that red move. That's good to see. If I zoom into the daily chart right here, we are getting topped out at this white line, which is the 236 Fibonacci extension level. So seeing that we got topped out right there on this week, if we go back to the weekly chart, we want to hold this green line for sure, which is 47k, about 48k. If we go down to that level, I'm still like, okay, if we drop around 48k, this next level would be 44k, but the next extension level would be 41k, and that would be like the absolute lowest that we would want to see as far as these fib extensions go before we can start saying, hey, maybe the bears are starting to be a little bit right. But as of right now, they are not. Going to the total 2 chart, getting rejected right at this green line, which I was calling the last level that I felt like we needed to kind of break through. Had a nice run in the last couple months or so for altcoins though. Altcoins have been going up right alongside Bitcoin, so that's good to see. Bitcoin dominance is going down though, showing that altcoins have been bringing in more money than Bitcoin, more TVL than Bitcoin, and that's just good for the overall market. The Bitcoin rainbow chart says that we're in a hodl right now, which means we're in a hard place to hodl. Just hold on and let's see what's gonna go. What's going right now also, good news. Twitter will allow users to add their Bitcoin and Ethereum addresses on their profile. Now they're adding some type of tip bot onto Twitter that will allow you to just, hey, tip somebody in cryptocurrency, give them cryptocurrency. You see right here, some people say, why ETH, what the F, and then this guy says ETH is the future, and they know what's up. Both of these coins are the top ones for a reason, but they're adding them to Twitter. I want to see things get cheaper to send before I just, hey, I want to tip you a couple bucks for, you know, saying something good or saying something that made me look at something that made me some money, but I'm not going to pay $1,000 for the ETH fees to go ahead and do that. Now going on blockchaincenter.net, let's take a look at the altcoin index. So lately it has been Bitcoin season. Now let me tell you why they're calling it Bitcoin season. They're saying if 75% of the top 100 altcoins are performing better than Bitcoin, then it is alt season. This is what a ton of people look at and they base, hey, you know what? It is Bitcoin season right now, but is it alt month? Yes, it is alt month. Alt month, if we click right here and we go down, we see top performance over the last 30 days. Now, they're talking about the top performing coins, though. These are the top 50 performing coins, you know, over the last couple of days, but over the last 30 days. But the thing about that is there's low caps out there that are just going crazy. When we look at this total 2 chart, we see a straight up motion. If we go on the weekly, we see green. We see all green for all these weeks. And if we look at Bitcoin, we see a little bit, even last week, the altcoins were a little bit greener. So a lot of people are not paying attention to, you know, some of the up and coming things in this market. A lot of people are going for those top coins, which is not a bad idea. Go for the safer bets and things like that. But it just shows you that, a lot of people are saying, hey, altcoins are not really doing as much. But you can see on these charts that they're riding up right alongside of Bitcoin. So that narrative that the money is going back and forth in between altcoins and Bitcoin, I'm not really buying that too much. Now, going to the Lama DeFi dashboard right here, we can see the total value locked is 170 billion. And when you scroll down, you can see that these are where all the values locked. The top 5 was pretty, the top 10 was pretty surprising to me because I didn't even know what InstaDApp was. I knew what it was, but I didn't know that it was, you know, number 3. Then you got Aave, Curve, InstaDApp, Compound, Maker, Wrap BTC, Convex Finance, which I don't even know what that is. Lido, don't even know what that is. Pancake Swap, Uniswap coming down. So this is a pretty interesting resource to help you see where the money flow is going in cryptocurrency. A lot of people are saying, nothing's happening on ETH. Well, look at all these ETH right here. A lot of them are ETH. So speaking of this battle of layer 1s that we've been talking about, is basically trying to see, you know, where the money flow is going. When the money was in Bitcoin, we seen in the last alt run that a lot of that money went into a lot of these altcoins. It came out of Bitcoin into these altcoins, into Ethereum. There was a bunch of value locked into Ethereum. Then it flew into other places like Matic and Binance Coin. And now we have Avalanche, Celo, and Solana, a bunch of them that are just, you know, fighting for everybody's value to be locked in the platform, because as you know, whoever gets the most value locked for the longest amount of time is going to be the long-term winner and is going to get, you know, more of the new money that's coming into the market. So right now, pretty interesting. So Ethereum far ahead of the rest, very, very far ahead of the rest. Then right behind it, not right behind it, but behind it, you got Binance Chain that has 77 protocols that they're counting right here with 18 billion. Then you got Terra with 7 billion. You got Polygon with 5 billion. Now Terra was interesting to me because I was like, man, 7 billion with only 7 protocols, that is pretty good. You got Polygon. Solana is having a nice week right now. You got Avalanche, then you got Clayton, which wasn't even on my radar. I heard about it, but it wasn't on my radar. You got Hecto, Phantom, and Celo down here. Then you got Tron, Kava, DeFi, Osmosis, a bunch of them. You can come down here and check these out if you want to. These are the total value locks. But interestingly, we can click right here in the 7-day change and see where everybody's throwing their money. Like, where is all the money going into over these last 7 days? Celo has been number 1 in growth. In change, because a lot of people didn't even know that Celo was going to have smart contracts on top of their chain, unless people were like really, really into Celo. But people were surprised. I just seen people being surprised about, you know, Celo doing something to get people to come over to their platform. And you got Phantom, then you got Harmony, which is having a growth spur right now. Then you got Optimism down here, which is another one. Then you got Swift Chain. I did a video on this. And then you got Avalanche down here at number 15. So I'm expecting that Avalanche is going to shoot up. It's going to shoot up pretty soon over some of these other ones. as far as like in the next 7 days. Right now on the total value locked, Avalanche is number 6. I think Avalanche should get to about, catching up to Terra and Polygon with this thing that they have going on. And then after that, we'll see probably Phantom and Cello continue to grow as well. Not saying that those guys are not going to grow. It's just that's where I have my money at. Now, real quick before I end this video, there's another way that you can use this, because hey, look, on most of these chains and most of these DeFi protocols, like for example Ethereum, it was Uniswap and SushiSwap. Those gained, first it was Uniswap that gained a lot of TVL, and then you had all these other chains trying to pull the TVL from Uniswap. So the dexes on these, whichever one is like the major dex on all of these, usually gets a lot of play and usually gets a lot of value locked and usually gets a lot of growth, and it has a lot of potential. For example, on Binance chain, we've seen Pancake blow up. On Polygon, we've seen QuickSwap. On Avalanche, we got Joe, who did pretty good. So on all of these platforms, if you want, you can click on them. For example, I'll use Cello as an example, and you can click right here and see, okay, what's going on Cello, what are the TVL rankings looking at, and where are people putting their money into. And I was looking at this one right here that had a nice 5% change while the rest of them were going down. So you see, looking at the Cello chart, bunch of TVL getting added in here. Where is it being put into? It looks like it's being put into Ube Swap. When I go to the Ube Swap token, looks fairly new. Doesn't really have a total circulating supply showing right now. When I come to the website, it's powering DeFi on Cello. Ube Swap is the first DeFi exchange. Looks pretty interesting. To me, and that's one way that you could find some of these profiles. It's down 73%, and this might be one that might have some nice good gains, considering you go figure out who the team is, see how they interact with their community, see if they're showing their face, are they giving interviews and stuff like that, and see if this is somewhere that, hey, when money starts flowing into Cello and people are locking it up, are they going to be locking it on Ube Swap? You can find a ton of projects this way. Hope this helps some people out. Like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, think positive, and positive things will happen. RIP to my brother Crypto Roots. Till next time, peace.